What's up, variety viewers? It's your host of Jay's Variety Show, Jay here. Back at you with another Jay's Variety Show video. Now this video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally do. But since marijuana is now legal in Canada recreationally, fun fact, Canada is actually the second country in the world to fully legalize marijuana in the whole country. So that's pretty dope. So many years ago, probably I don't know, 6 or so years ago, maybe even closer to 10, I saw a video on YouTube, and it was a guy, he was cleaning his bong, and he used these bad boys. Yep. Now, I've done it multiple times. I know it works. I figured this would make a cool video, and I'll show you guys how it works and all the steps I take to get her done. So, unfortunately, you're not going to see my beautiful face in this video because I want the camera concentrating on everything else that's going on. So, without further ado, I guess I'll just get into cleaning my bong with some Finnish Powerball. Now, you might be thinking, well, those are used for a dishwasher to do dishes. And yes, you would be right. So, what I do is, normally I would use a kettle. I plug the kettle in and let the water boil. Crush up the Finnish tabs and pour them in the bong and pour the boiling water out of the kettle. But unfortunately, I don't know where my kettle is. So I got to use a pot and boil some water. I'll start boiling it closer to when I'm ready to do the damn thing. So what I do first is I take my trusty hammer here, and I just lightly, I guess I'll just show you. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Just kind of crush them up a little bit. I use 5 tabs just to really get in there and eat the residue off the bong, and that package ripped open, so that happens often. Now doing this, it's actually kind of like a cool little science experiment. And sometimes they're stubborn to break up, but yeah. So now that they're all crushed up, I usually use about 5 to really get in there. But what I really like about doing this is, like I said, it's kind of like a little science experiment. You can literally watch the jet dry, or the Finnish jet dry Powerball, whatever you want to call it. You can literally see it eating the marijuana residue off the glass. So yeah. So now the next step is you take the shaft out of the bong in the bowl. I haven't quite figured out a way to use these pucks on the shaft, because the powder, just when you pour the water through, the powder just goes out of it and doesn't do anything, right? So it's no good. But the next step, here actually, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing here. So the next step is literally pour all the powder into the bong. Like even still, even hitting it with the hammer, there's still some chunkies. So there's one. Oh, this was the stubborn one. Just use a pair of scissors. If it's not already split open, as that other one was. So I put 2 crushed tabs in the top here. Clean up the percolator nice. Oh, that one's really stubborn. It's basically all chunkage. And then the last 3, maybe I'll start boiling that now. The last 3 I actually pour down into the bong itself. Like in the chamber, I guess you would say. Piss off. So we'll get these in here. And I do apologize if this video at the beginning is a little bit boring. We'll get to the magic shortly though. Sometimes, like I said, it just likes to be a little bit stubborn. So you just take your scissors and... So now we've got all the crushed up tabs in there. Now the next thing I like to do, I'm sure a cork would probably work a little bit easier, but what I like to do is take some paper towels. I probably took too many. Roll it up like that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make yourself a little cork. Stuff that in there. And now I got a cork so the water can sit in there and not, you know, fall out all over the place. And then you take your bong, set it in the sink like so. And you wait for your water to boil. This might be the boring part. But, actually, I'll be right back as soon as the water's done boiling. Waiting for water to boil, I swear, is like watching paint dry. Alright, it finally looks like we got some water boiling here. I would like to say though, whenever working with boiling water, you need to be slow and steady and be extremely careful because shit is hot, alright? So, on to our next pour. Slowly pour in the boiling water. Oh yeah, you can hear it working. Probably could have broke them up a little bit finer, but I feel like we'll still get the same results. You can see the pucks activating down there. Now, I keep my burner on the stove because I like to run between 3 and 5 pots. So I'm going to let that do its thing, and I'm going to go get some more water. How's she looking, peeps? Oh yeah, it's definitely doing its thing. You can see all that gunk at the top. It's definitely boiling in there, doing its thing. So yeah, pretty crazy that Canada is the second country to legalize marijuana countrywide. Pretty sweet. Oh yeah, it's just, you can see it eating the residue right off the glass. So wonderful. It actually looks kind of gross. But it's very, very necessary to clean your bong every so often, because after a while you're inhaling some of that residue and, you know, yuck. Who wants that? I don't. So we're going to let that keep doing its thing. And then we'll be right back with you when the next pot of water boils. Shout out to Nudes and Mrs. Nudes. Mrs. Nudes, I know you would appreciate this. Alright, so our next pot of water is boiling. I went ahead and I pulled the cork out a little bit, and you can see all the residue around. Because this bong has this percolator here, the water gets all trapped, and this part didn't get filled up. So I pulled the cork out a little bit to help it go through. But I think I'm only going to do one more pot of boiling water. That'll get it clean enough for now. I mean, if I was to do 3 or 4 to 5, it would be absolutely spotless. But I don't want to make this video 20, 30 minutes long, so I think we'll just run this final pot through, and yeah, we'll go from there. So here goes the second pot. Now I will say straight up, this would have worked a lot better if I crushed up the pucks into a finer powder, but I didn't, so they stayed really chunky, so a lot of it didn't activate as well as I would have liked it to. But it's still working pretty decent, I will say. So I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And then I'll pull the cork. And then we'll do the final rinse. Now, when I do the final rinse, well, the first rinse is with hot water. I let the glass cool down, and then I run some hot water through it, just to help get any of the extra residue or any of the finished pucks. Rinse that all out, and then I let the glass cool down more, and then I rinse it with cold water and dry it off. But yeah, we'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm going to pull the cork, and then let the glass cool down a little bit, and yeah, we'll do the rinsing. So you can see already how much cleaner the bong actually really is. Gross. Alright, so I went and disposed of the cork. So now I'll let the bong sit there like that, and I turn on the hot water. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rinsing and the drying off and whatnot, and then I'll show you the finished product. Alright, sorry about that guys. That's one thing about using your phone to film. It got cut off, so I had to do this in a second part. But anyways, just finishing up the drying process. I'll give you guys a look. Alright, well, there you have it. Nice clean bong, still some spots, but like I said, that's because I didn't break up the tablets fine enough. But anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. Be sure to stay tuned for more Jay's Variety Show. And if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and click the like button. If you didn't like the video, click the didn't like button. Whatever. All that matters is I got the view. Anyways, and if you're not a variety viewer and you'd like to become one, all you gotta do is click that red subscribe button, and I would sure as hell appreciate it. Anyways, that's it guys. Sorry about the two-parter, but that's just the way it is. Peace out.